Hey everyone, in the last session we have seen what is MCP, what is Selenium MCP and how these two can integrate together with the AWS Bedrock. We have seen the architecture diagram, and if you have not watched the previous session, I have given the link in the description below. You can go and watch it. In this session we are going to see how this can be implemented, the real code we will be seeing here. I have created a separate repository for Selenium MCP AWS Bedrock integration. The link for this repository also given in the description. You can go and check it. This particular repository, that is Selenium MCP AWS Bedrock test, it is going to accept the prompt in the natural language, and with the help of AWS Bedrock it can convert that plain language into Selenium commands, right? And this is in a plain language, and it is going to use AWS Bedrock AI to intelligently convert that prompt into a Selenium MCP commands. So how it is going to do this interesting part is with the help of Selenium MCP tools. If you check the typical script of Selenium, this is how it looks, where it is going to launch the website, do some actions. But if you check the usage of AI into the automation, this is how it looks like. We will provide a prompt in a plain English language, that is navigate to amazon.in, search for some keyword and click on it. So this will be your exact prompt. So here is a setup guide, and first you need to install the Python, and this is how you can check the Python version if you are not having it. And then you need to install Node.js here. If you are not having Node.js, you can install the Node.js and check the Node version here, and the steps is given here to install the Node.js. The next thing is you need to clone the repository, copy the command, go to Visual Studio Code, enter the command to clone the repository. It will clone the entire repository here. After cloning the repository, open the repository which you have cloned here. Then there are some steps given. You need to set up the Python environment and activate that Python environment here. Then you will install the requirement.txt, which has all the Python packages here. Then I will go to package.json. This is the npm package where you need to install. Once you install that, you need to set up some AWS configuration also, and here are the steps which are given to configure the AWS. And you need to create a .env file. Copy this content, go to repository, create a .env file here and paste your code. You need to add your access key and secret key of the AWS. Anyway, the model number is hard coded here. Then this command will check the AWS configuration. Now you will run the Selenium MCP server here. This is a command to run the Selenium MCP server, and once you run the MCP server, this is the response you will see. It will show where it is running. It will show the local host and the port number also. And this is a prompt which you are going to execute against it. The prompt says that you need to launch the amazon.in, search for some specific keyword here, and then click on the first result and close the browser. Here the keyword says that there is a woodland shoes, you need to search for it, but I can change here to something else. I will say that okay, I will search for iPhone 16. This becomes my prompt to execute my test. This is my test case, Bedrock Browser Automation. The class name is Bedrock MCP Browser Automation. It has some constructor. Constructor has some several tools. These are list of MCP tools, and this is a method which is going to call the specific MCP tool. And this method build system prompt will convert the user prompt into a system prompt, and here it has some rules also. During the prompt, what all rules it has to follow, some rules are given here, and there are some rules given for error recovery also. If there is any error comes, what you should do it, some of the rules given here in the error recovery part. And this method is going to execute the prompt, whatever you are sending, this will execute it. Like that, you can check the code, go to the repository and check the code also. This is a method which is going to call the Bedrock, and you can check the entire code repository here in detail. Now I'm going to execute this test case. This is the command to execute the test case, where I will mention the Python, and this is my file name, and you can send the prompt like this in the command line, but here I'm going to send the prompt in a file. Here is my prompt file, and After that, I need to mention the path of that particular file. Then execution starts. Here it is going to start, it is going to launch the Chrome browser, and then it is going to open the amazon.in, enter the keyword here and search for that keyword. It will wait for the results, and here it has to click on the first result whatever comes. Here it is taking little extra time because it is not getting the exact locator here. After multiple retries, it got the locator and clicked on the element, and now session is closed. This is how the request and response looks like between the AWS Bedrock and MCP. It says that I need to execute the entire steps in 7 steps, and first step will be a start browser with the value as a Chrome, and once it executes, once it launches the browser, this is what the response will be sent back to AWS Bedrock. And after that it asks for a next step, what should I take it. Then Bedrock will respond that okay, you need to launch the amazon.in and then click on some element. To click on the element, the strategy also given here and the tool name also. So after that it clicked on the element. Like that, the request response keeps happening between the AWS Bedrock and MCP. Then it sends the iPhone 16 as a keyword, and here it got some error also. Whenever it gets error, that means it is not finding the element, that it is not able to click on the enter key from the keyword. Then AWS Bedrock responds saying that okay, if you are not able to click on enter keyword, let me try a alternate approach. So here is a response comes from AWS Bedrock saying that okay, let's try alternate approach. Instead of pressing a enter key, you click on the submit button. So similarly, the submit button will be clicked and the value is given here. The click operation is happened. Like that, the request response communication happens between the MCP and AWS Bedrock. Similarly, it got error while clicking on the first element from the entire search results. Then the response goes back to AWS Bedrock again. It provides a different alternate solution to click on the first element. Then it will click on the element, it will navigate to a specific page of that particular product. Again it got some error. Like this, whenever there is error encounters, it sends a response back to AWS Bedrock and it is going to click on the element. Finally it clicked on the close session and summary is generated below here. This is the entire summary with the detailed steps given here. And it has given some statement also while it has encountered some challenges while clicking on the product page and validating it. And this is how you will execute the MCP with the AWS Bedrock. You can try this entire approach yourself and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.